On Tata Steel, letter of intent signed for potential sale of Tata Steel's UK specialty and, enterprise value of £100 million. It's coming at a very crucial time, this piece of news, and we do have Ashwin Mohan standing by with all the latest details. Ashwin, what a time for this development. Put this development into context for us.
Krishna, this is a huge development and this will definitely be cheered by the markets because there's always been, for the past few months at least, a lot of uncertainty regarding the future of Tata Steel's European assets. And remember that the company has faced an uphill task trying to clinch a deal. What we're given to understand is that now they have entered into exclusive negotiations with the Liberty Group, and this is for the potential sale of its specialty steels business. Now, as of now, we are given to understand that this is an exclusive negotiation that they have entered into with Liberty Steel, which means for a limited period, it will only be Liberty Steel that will gain access to the assets of Tata Steel as far as any due diligence is concerned and as far as any other checks and balances are concerned. So clearly this is a big step ahead, because all this while there were many players in the fray, Krishna. But now that exclusivity has been reached, it means that they are comfortable with the Liberty Group, and we also need to keep the enterprise value in mind. What we're given to understand is that the enterprise value of this deal could be anywhere around £100 million. We have with us the man of the moment, Mr. Bimlendra Jha, the CEO of Tata Steel UK. Mr. Jha, thank you so much for taking out time and speaking exclusively to ET Now. It must be a huge relief for you, because today's announcement that Tata Steel has entered into exclusive negotiations with the Liberty Group is a decision that took a while, but you must be a relieved and satisfied man today.
You see, this is not the end of the process, this is the beginning of the process, and it is signing of the LoI, which is only a letter of intent, and hence we would be now waiting for all the due diligence under exclusivity arrangements. And in M&A deals, it is not done till it is done.
I get your point, Mr. Jha, that is not over till the fat lady sings. And therefore, what has happened today is that you have entered into exclusive negotiations, which of course means that Liberty now has the option to examine your books for due diligence. But if you could just throw some light, because the markets were very keenly awaiting for the next stage of this particular deal. And now that there is a suitor in sight, and I'm using the word potential suitor based on your first answer, which is the Liberty Group. Can you tell us about some of the synergies that you see as part of this deal, which could potentially culminate if the due diligence works out fine for both the sides?
You see, it is for Liberty to answer the synergies from their side, because it is inappropriate for me to talk on their behalf. Therefore, I would stick to the rationale from our side rather than talking on behalf of Liberty.
How big a move is this, sir, as part of your overall restructuring plan in the UK business?
See, we have maintained that we want to have a greater focus of our resources under very difficult circumstances, both human and capital resources on the strip business. And we do have this pan-European strip business to focus on. It is an ongoing part of that strategy.
Sir, correct me if I'm wrong, but these negotiations are independent of the pan-European strip product supply chain. Am I right?
You're right.
Sir, and going ahead, how do you think, what kind of a role do you think is required from the workers' union? Because, the entire process, as far as Tata Steel's UK operations revival is concerned, one very important category or stakeholder is, of course, the workers' union. What's been the response so far? We have received a statement from them, and they are really happy that months of stress has finally come to an end, because there seems to be a suitor in sight. So how important will be the role of the workers' union, sir, as part of, the overall culmination of this deal?
I'm just coming from Stocksbridge and now going to Rotherham. And in Stocksbridge, the workers' union, they did welcome this move. They also understand that it is beginning of the process and not the end of the process. They realize that it is important for the company to make sure that it sticks to its transformation plan, and business performance is always something that is important in any M&A deal, as we had seen in case of long products, where the company made sure that it was turned profitable even before it was handed over to the new owners. And the same applies here, that any potential bidder looks for the potential of the business. Our management continues to work hard on turning around the business, and employees all participants in that. The trade unions are very important stakeholders there, and they realize the importance of contributing to the transformation plan to make sure that there is a future for the sites here. And it is in a responsible manner that we try to do this.
Point taken, Mr. Jha. Purely from a deal completion point of view, since you have entered into exclusive negotiations with the Liberty Group, can you give us an idea of how long the exclusive negotiations will last? Will it be 30 days, 40 days, 60 days? Can you give us a sense of the timeline within which the due diligence has to be completed?
Sorry, could you please repeat the question?
Mr. Jha, I was referring to the timeline of the exclusivity, and purely from a deal completion point of view, for how many days will you be in exclusive negotiations with the Liberty Group? If you could throw some light on that, please.
We cannot say anything about the timeline right now. That is because on the timelines, there is an issue with the, what goes on in the negotiations. So we cannot comment on that.
Sir, and also one final word on the British pension, the steel pension scheme. What's the progress on that front, sir? Because that's also an important cog as part of this entire restructuring process of the UK operations. What's the progress on that front, and what kind of support are you expecting from the UK government in this regard?
So I think we will deal with these questions as we go along as a separate subject. Today the issue is about primarily about the specialty steels, and let's stick to the